Hello guys, I decided to make this video about this wonderful device for all of those who doesn't know. They don't know this phone is a Nokia. This is the 9290 is the American version, the US version of the 9210 made in Europe. And the reason why I just wanna share this little review with you is because I like this phone so much. I also create a Facebook page where I share my little knowledge and the passion about this phone and Nokia in general. And there's gonna be also a video. I want to thank first of all my good friend Sammy Wari, who was the person that helped me to basically make this little thing works. So let me tell you a little the story about this. This phone back in 2002, remember when I was in Italy, it was expensive. And we're talking about over €1,000 at the time, so it was say like $1,200 today. And I couldn't afford it because it was a lot of money. And I said okay, so this is a phone that I'm gonna dream about, and I will never afford it because I can't spend €1,000, $1,000 over a phone. And it's crazy how in these days you can basically found these devices for a couple of hundred on eBay, online in a very good shape. And I'm so glad that I was able to get this phone even after a lot of years. And I found the website that I'm gonna put on the comments, the semi-create, and is the most amazing collection of applications, programs and tips for this phone. Who loves Nokia? Who knows this phone? People knows that this was like the first smartphone. At the time it was such a huge deal. This phone is able to go online, so as the internet, send and receive email, and it was, if I'm right, the first phone able to send a fax and receive fax. So at the time fax was a very a main way of communicate, because we didn't have that much internet, email and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, all the stuff. And a fax was, I remember working with my father back in Italy in the office, the fax was one of the main thing, even to to get deals, like sending a contract, sign it back. And the fax was amazing way to communicate for business and even for personally. So today I want to just go through main applications, how to basically use the Communicator in a daily basis. Today is 2020, I still use it, and people say are you crazy? I mean, with all the technology that we have today, why you are stuck with this brick? Because it's a very huge phone, and it's very heavy, which I like it, because it's a phone when you hold in your hands as a substance. I like it. There is a lot of reason why I use it. First of all, I love the keyboard. We're gonna discover that this phone, I hope, and has a clamshell and there's an amazing keyboard, and it's a pleasure to work with. The function, the system, the Symbian that they install on this phone is one of the best, and I really like it. Even if this phone has a limitation, of course, it doesn't have Bluetooth, it doesn't have Wi-Fi, it doesn't have all the fast connection that we have nowadays. But at the time, it was install on this phone like the infrared port basically, but most of the time people communicate between fax and email. I use it for work. There is an amazing program I'm gonna show you that are easy to use to keep track of my project in my case, because I do remodeling, so I like to keep everything in order. I can send also work orders. I can remind my boys what is the schedule of the day. So there is quite a lot still that you can do it. Has a good reception, so if you have a local provider, you can really use this phone at the max. Anyway, let's go very quick to illustrate like the Communicator. So the Communicator, as all the Nokia, has like a keyboard. So it's funny because at the time, you know, like when you have to text someone, so you need to click, for example, 3 times this number 4 to get like the I, or twice the H. So it was quite longer than today, you know, with the suggestion and keyboard, physical, I mean the virtual keyboard with the touch screen. But it's gonna be much easier when we open also the clamshell, and we will reveal like a mini laptop. Anyway, so I love it. I love the feeling, you know, like the feeling of the click, the sound, the color of the back screen is still like amazing. I love it. So basically what you have at the external part is gonna be the main menu and main and basic functions. So see, you can have your clock right there, so you can see the time. This one is just the name or the profile that I name for my ringtones, that you can basically switch it from here. See, you have this one as a by default, and I name a couple of those personally, which I put like my personal and favorite ringtone and all this stuff. This little planet that you see is called a logo operator or operator logo. So basically this one is gonna replace the name of the provider company that you are with. Basically there is also an application, a program that I'm gonna show you very quick, that you can put a little picture message. At the time it was called a picture message as your like a main logo, because you know in these days you can just put any picture you want like on your home screen, but at the time, especially this one is black and white, so it doesn't have a color, so you can't do that. But it was so much fun, and people try to design like little faces and like a cool like a sentences, or like a brand of shoes or stuff like that. So that was the main deal. Okay, let's go back to the menu. We have messages, so you're gonna be able to, of course, write a message, receive a message. So you open this menu and you see the message. You can interact with people and reply to them without opening the Communicator. Draft, so if you have any message that you're not sure you want to send, or you want to just put it like in an archive, like something, you can put it there and then take it back later on and just resend it. Of course, you can check what you sent already. This is a function that I don't think is support anymore. Voice messages, so you have like voice messages, the segreteria, as we say in Italian, and you can check your messages. The second one, it will be the calls, so you're gonna be able to see miss call, receive calls, number dialed, so you have kind of like a list of the number with the call in and out, or even messages. You can clear, of course, that. You can see how long is your call if you like. For example, it's funny because I live in the States, I call my mother in Italy, and sometimes the conversation is very long. It can be even over 1 hour or something. And it's funny, when I close the conversation, it says like your call was like 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's like, wow. Of course, see, if you don't touch anything and you don't know what's going on and what is the call duration here, this screen is gonna pop up something and it's gonna give you like a quick guide about what is the specific function. The third one is gonna be settings, very basic. So call settings, so you can set up like see anything about the call and see automatic redial, one touch dial, and so basically you connect, for example, the number on your keyboard or 9 or 10 favorite numbers. So you remember, for example, you call like your best friend number 1, so you just click on that, you keep it pressed, see the menu is pop up and tell you like well, what is this about. And you can basically call in a second your best friend or someone for work that you in a daily basis contact these people. So this is a very helpful, basically it's the favorite that we have in nowadays phones. Phone settings, same thing, so you can just show your watch, see you can hide your watch, show your watch. A welcome note, for example, I put something funny, so hi Dragon. So you can put whatever you want. If you don't do that, you have it by default like the two hands, they're gonna reach each other like a typical Nokia Nokia standard, like a logo motto. Security, so you can put the PIN code for your SIM card, some security. You can restore from here like your phone. Don't do that, because talking about this at the very beginning, I reset the phone at the time because this one was at second hand in very great shape. See, there is no scratch, nothing, is like immaculate. But this person has sold me the phone, he has all the personal information, like over 200 contacts, a lot of message, a lot of email, and I, of course, I don't want to like break the privacy of someone, so I say like go by one by one to delete everything, or selected stuff is gonna take forever, so I reset everything. And what happened is like I erased even the main and basic application. So people that approaching this phone for the first time, don't do that, because you're gonna lose everything. You need to back up, make sure you have everything in your memory card, save it, and then reinstall it, because you're gonna lose everything. So basically your phone is gonna be able after to send a message, call, and you're not gonna have even like the package for Office, which is essential for this phone. Okay, after settings, so you have the forward calling. So if you don't like, for example, be called like continuously and you leave a ring for 2 or 3 times, the phone is gonna forward the call to somebody else, if you have the second phone, or straight to your your voicemail. There is also a program I'm gonna show you, I think I still have installed, is like basically answer with a text message, kind of like a classic, like with the iPhone and stuff, like can I call you later, something like that. Infrared, since it was one of the main things, this is the infrared port right here on the very left, you see that. So you need to align this device with another one in order to send data. This is kind of like the remote of your TV system. Actually, this phone has an amazing program that I need to install, that you can basically use this phone as your remote. So this phone is quite cool. Okay, so this is the communicator from that side. The back has the battery right here. It's a very huge battery, and I also wanna thank like one of my friend on Facebook from Italy. Actually, I found that like this is a brand new battery. It's a compatible. It's not Nokia, but has like a great power. It lasts for days. It's a great. So this phone, it never like let me down. And this little cover here I'm gonna open for you is the cover where you have like on the top your SIM card, at the bottom you have your memory card. As my good friend Sammy suggested, 120 megabytes for this phone is good, because we discovered that there was some glitch, some slow on the system if you go over this. So people like to try a gigabyte or something like that. You can, maybe it works just fine for a while, but it's gonna slow down everything. So you know what, you don't want to put like so much stuff, because this phone, if I remember right, has a something about like a 40 megabyte as a RAM, so as a like a ridiculous mini memory. So you don't want to overload this phone for with video and music. You can put stuff. I have stuff I'll show you, but I don't go crazy because mainly I want my phone efficient and fast for work. Okay, so let's gonna open the communicator and let's gonna see like what is inside of this amazing device. Okay, so you open the shell and you're gonna have a full keyboard. This is amazing. I really love this phone so much. And as a little antenna, as you see here, so you can just pull the antenna up like this, so to improve the reception of the phone. Okay, very quick. So this is of course is my desktop. Is you can personalize, of course, your desktop. The desktop has it needs to be 455 wide pixel and tall, height like 200. Otherwise, it's not gonna fit, or it's gonna kind of like a repeat like on the very right of the screen, and it's not gonna be like a full screen. As you can see, we have like a different function like that you can access from the keyboard. You have a desk, which we already there. So if you press twice the desk, you're gonna have your notes. So here, if you wanna put a note, you're gonna have a note on the desktop. So you create a folder, because the concept of this phone when you open it is kind of like a mini laptop. So you're gonna have like a kind of like a little mini laptop in your pocket. So which is great. On the very left, we see like again like the name of the logo that I name it. In this case, like a Nokia 9210. Time. You have like the power on the right, so that's the battery. See, this battery I charged like yesterday. I use it. It is still there. No, even like 1 bar less. These days, the phone, we spend $1,000 and we have a phone that in 2-3 hours you need to charge it because they're dead. I know, of course, they take a lot of memory because the quality of the screen and the apps are like, like running like out of the battery power. But that's one of the things that I like about this phone. It's essential. Is everything is like compressed in megabyte. It's not gigabyte like today's. Like even a picture can be a gigabyte nowadays. Here you're gonna see like how tiny are the format, and you can basically put like 100 picture. You're not gonna reach even like a quarter gigabyte. It's amazing. Anyway, so this is the desk. A telephone, of course. This is a phone, which I don't like to call the Communicator a phone, because it's not a phone. This is more than a phone. But of course, one of the main functions of this device, the reason why they create it, is to call. So you can call and receive normal calls, international calls. In my case, that I call back to my country, back to Italy. So I just activated kind of like a little membership. So I have international calls. So I can call them and I can text them on the cell phone with a little money. Of course, this depends on your provider. Here in the States, I use something that's called a Red Pocket, which is kind of like an under brand of T-Mobile, kind of, and it works just fine. So I can call like any phone number, any cell phone number, actually, any mobile number in Europe that I want, and it costs like a very tiny little money, and I can also send messages. And people say like, why you send a message when you have a WhatsApp or Facebook? That's the problem. You don't have any WhatsApp and any Facebook on this phone, because we're talking about 20 years ago. So this phone it doesn't support, unfortunately. So if you need to go on Facebook, you need to browse Facebook. You don't want to do that because the experience is not gonna be the same. Or like a smartphone nowadays, so an app that you can, like download like on your iPhone, Facebook as fast as a light, is smooth and never crash. Here, there's no such a thing. So of course, this is not a phone for everybody. It's limited. It doesn't have the social media nowadays, but for work and the way I use it is essential. Way more better than an iPhone or whatever nowadays. Okay, so as you can see, so I have like some of my contacts here. So basically, you click on call, you call, recent call. You can see who call you, voice messages. So it's a basic phone with all the functions. So if you go on menu, you're gonna pop up like all the other screens. So see, you can have extra functions. So zoom in, zoom out. Select a profile, as I see before. You can change your profile. You have advanced like settings. You can see the email, your number, phone right here. See, you can receive already file by infrared if you have a device that supports that. Okay, so basically, very shortly, this is the phone. Let's go on messaging. So messaging, I like it because it's one of the main things that we do, right? So we send and receive messages. This one, it doesn't support MMS, so you cannot have any picture on this phone. But you can play old-fashioned way, like you want to send an emoji, you basically do double dots, like in a little parenthesis, so you create like a little face. So you can type very fast, on this phone because you have a full keyboard. So for example, if I want to send a message, I go here, you select the name of the person there, so you go down and see you type in a second. So see, it's fast as like a light. Once you get used to like the keyboard, there's no problem. So that's what I love about this one. This is one of the main things why I miss so much nowadays the physical keyboard. We don't have this anymore. That's why I got myself like a BlackBerry Passport, and I immediately sold my iPhone because I was tired to type on a piece of glass. That's what it is, basically a phone today. Okay, so this is the messages. Let's go, so let's close this and let's go on internet. Now internet, I'm still struggling because this phone is supported 2G and nowadays we have 5G. So it looks like T-Mobile is the only one that support 2G, but I can't get online this phone for some reason. I mean, like the customer service, they helped me like for hours. We couldn't get this one online. We try everything. We always got an error. So eventually I will be able to do that. And for sure I'm gonna make a video only about that because I'm pretty sure the people that love this phone, they're still struggling. They don't know how to get it online. And of course there is just one or a few company nowadays that can help with the 2G. So basically there was a WAP system. There was like a small and basic like a website for mobile phones, and of course the browser. So this section unfortunately we cannot go through because we don't have any connection. But if I open, I can show you like how it look like because I have the basic at the main page, and as you can see it's fast. So 20 years ago something like that was like a blowing mind because open the browser like in a fraction of a second. This one is great. See, you have like on the main page like the old Nokia home page, the forum at the time. That's how people get all the tricks and fix their own phone, like sharing knowledge with a member of the forum and the club Nokia. Okay, so that's unfortunately is the maximum that we can do. And we can show you like see the mouses go fast. So everything on this phone, as long as you have like a good memory card like that one that I had that I show you guys, 128 megabytes, You only install the application on your memory card without touching it, the internal memory, because this is precious. So the phone has a little, so you don't want to like get it full, otherwise your phone is gonna go very slow. Yeah, this phone is fast, and even 20 years old, it's still like give me like whatever I want in a second. I don't need to struggle that much at all. So as you can see here, you have your contacts. Something super cool is like your contact card. So if you open, see my contact card, see that's my face right there, the name of my company, my title, my phone numbers and everything. So you can send this one with your picture when you have internet connection. Since I don't have it, I send my contact card as a compressed file, which is gonna be basically an organized text message. So my customer, when they see this phone number, when I want to share my personal phone number with them, they receive like this text message with all the details. Basically what they get, kind of like a contact card that you can send between iPhones or like Android. That's what it is. Okay, so let's close this one. Of course, any single function, you need to click on the menu to discover the extra options. See properties, everything. I'm not gonna go through this guy because we're already like a half hour, so I don't wanna bother you with that. But you can customize and personalize any single application. So we are on contact. Let's go on the calendar. Calendar, I love it. And I put all my stuff here. So if I have to remind myself something tomorrow for work, boom, I put it there. Of course, any phone has it, but look how beautiful it's like work on the screen like this. It's a wide screen. You have a keyboard, and you can create, of course, your event reminders, and you put the alarm. So you have like also like a beep or any ring you want to set up there to remind yourself to purchase something or call a customer or a special event or start a project, whatever is this phone can be for personal fun, it can be for work, for everything. Of course it's more business oriented because look like a little laptop, so basically it's what it is. Alright, so after that the office, which is like the most powerful part of this phone. Okay, so you have the full package of Office. So you have a Word, you have a sheet, so basically you have like Excel, you have a presentation file, so you can also connect this phone with infrared. You can have like a big screen, for example projector. You can show one of the job that you did. Of course it's gonna be easier nowadays, like with like an Apple TV, stuff like that, but who is very nostalgic like me and work on this system on the Symbian. It's so cool. The file manager is the file that show you like all the files and manage the file on the phone, which is great. So you access to your memory card in a second. You create folders and you're gonna catch like the specific file in a fraction of a second. Very good. Plan. What is Plan? Plan, very very quickly. Plan is like an app that I use for my project. So basically I organize my project, when I start, when I finish, how many hours, how much it costs the project, how much I'm gonna get from the contractor, the information of the customer, everything is there. So Plan, they created for all the communicators. Symbian system is a great platform. If you guys wanna the link and everything, just write me and I'll be more than welcome to share with you. This of course is the version for the Nokia Communicator 2210. File view is similar to file manager. Basically open the file directly, whatever you want to discover on your phone, because a person like me, there's like 100 files, so you can remember some of those by memory, but at a certain point it's like, oh, what is that? So you need to click a specific name that basically is gonna bring you back there. Okay, so let's go on Extra, which is the last application. And on extra, as an extra, call it because you have all the extra application beside the basic one for the communicator. So basically you access to everything, the control panel, which is essential for the communicator. So you open the control panel, you have like other main functions like security, data restriction certificate, date and time. This is essential because you install and remove all the apps from this one. And I'll show you like quickly how. Profile for your personal profile, the display, accessorize if you have like the car kit or you have like a headset, about your phone, of course, memory, which is good, so to see like if you are short on memory or not, a standard recorder, so this phone is able to basically by default to record a phone call without any sound, which is a great thing. Of course, I'm not sure about the privacy in the States, but back in Europe it was okay with the law. So basically when you receive a call, you were able like to press the up button on the outside screen of the communicator and automatically just record all the call, because maybe you need to have like a important conversation about a deal for work or something. You need to remember what this person said to you, and you have like recorded the conversation. Of course, I'm not sure about the States. I use this one for basically record my notes for work. For example, when I go on the site, I say, okay, so I need to purchase the specific material, and then I need to discuss with the customer the specific thing, blah blah blah. So it's a quick way to put a note. That's the function for internet, so you can quick access to internet and all the setups, remote link to connect to the computer, smart memory to tell you how much memory you are taking right now, regional setting, a folder default where you wanna by default save some new files when you receive it, for example by infrared. Okay, very quickly, so voice recorder basically is similar to the one that we just talked about it, just the last one, extended record, I think is like the new version. Imaging, so imaging basically you can access to the full folder of your images. See, I ordered by contact pictures desktop because I like the desktop. I have a GIF, so this phone is able to read the GIF file, so you need to download like a little program and you can see basically the GIF on your communicator. Operator logo is like the little picture message outside your phone that we saw basically yesterday. Just very quick, I want to open this to show you how open. See, this is like some picture of my contact that I put it, and basically next to the phone number of the person you're gonna have like a picture. All right, so let's close this one, let's close this. Help, which is good, so it's a guide for your communicator. If you don't know how to make it work, for example the voice recorder, you go there, type a voice recorder, and there is like a guide, instructions about the specific app. See the pop-up like the smart memory, so you see like how much memory I have on each disk. It's a very cool app. This is thank for my good friend Sammy that has like all this huge collection about communicators. So my phone, I don't want to sound like very proud about it, but I think it's one of the most unique phone ever in the way it is, because I have maybe like over like 700 apps that I can put on this phone. I just need to go through little by little because it's been months that I have this package, and maybe I used 200 and I deleted like another 100 because I need to discover all of them. Some of those I need, some of those I don't, so it's very cool. Okay, so mover is for moving at the time files from Nokia Communicator as well, 9110 to the 9210, because this one, if I'm right, is the first Nokia with a color screen. Amazing. Video, whatever it's called, it's a tiny format for watching video. The fax modem at the time was like essential. The broadcast sound service today they don't support anymore. So basically, your local provider, mobile provider, is say like, okay, so I can send you free messages, or with a like a membership, you got like what's going on like on the city. So basically like news, right? But for example, with my provider, it doesn't work. They don't support that. I remember the time I have on my Nokia when I was in Italy, it was so cool because I received a message about whatever I want, kind of like a news on your phone, because it was most like a more SMS at the time, the way to communicate. Then of course internet and apps nowadays is like easier. Calculator, great calculator. There is a different version. I like the basic one. Can be scientific one, a basic one, amazing. With a keyboard, no way. The notes, I love the notes because these notes right here, they're multi-functions, and you can record a voice message, you can send notes through SMS, which the other one doesn't allow you. This one, yes. And you can split the screen, you see, in two and work at the same time. This is a great one, and I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. What else? Here, very quickly. Real Player. I want to show you. Real Player is one of the best player for the Communicator. Unfortunately, it's no full screen, but it's quite a bit. Like I would say, like half of the screen. Better than the other video way or Huawei, whatever it's called. Let's see if I can quick open a file and show you a video that I actually format for this phone. Thank my friend Sammy, they give me like all the program for that. For example, let's do this one. Look how loud okay, sorry. See, sometimes you get the message because some app, they take so much memory, you need to close it. So one by, yeah, see. This is my favorite cartoon. Anyway, this is a great app to watch your video. You guys, you know what? It's a tiny screen, but it's so funny because it's very nostalgic. I am encoding or editing, whatever is the right terminology, movie, even like 2-hour movie. You can watch it. I mean, like, it's tiny. I know it's like, what is the purpose of that? Yeah, I have my iPad, my TV, whatever. But it's cool that you still have like a player. You can have a full movie on this phone. So why not? If you really love your Communicator, you are waiting, you know, like the bus, or you are traveling or stuff like that. I don't see why not. It's great. I love it. It's loud, and of course the resolution is not comparable nowadays, but it was great at the time, and I like it because it's very nostalgic, especially like someone like me watching like old cartoons like that is perfect. Anyway, so that's the player for the Communicator. Snake, famous game for Nokia, and make a Nokia like a iconic, legendary. I love the Snake. Smart Card is an app to compress and create a V card for all your contact and move it, which is essential because at a certain point, you know, like maybe you switch phone or you want to back up all your contact, you have it. Reboot is an app to reboot your phone without remove your battery, because this one, when you reboot this phone, you need to remove physically the battery for a couple of seconds and put it back. With this one, you don't need it anymore, which is a good thing. The colors app is like to make multicolor the screen of your communicator. Actually, is applied, because as you see at the very top, I have some red. Maybe the video doesn't give you the idea, but the side here is like a gold, and then I have like the wheels there. That's like one of the default of the Nokia, but with the colors I can really make my phone multicolor in the way I want. The Code Vault is a good app, so basically you can put all your password information, everything you want to access is locked there with a password. Of course, if nobody knows the password, is gonna lock at a certain point when you try several times. Basically you save like all your password, for important PIN code for bank stuff right there, which for a person like me has a short memory. That's essential, because every month I got like, okay, so is that the password for my Windows, is that for my iCloud or whatever? So like, okay, let's go back there. So take a note if you have a short memory. If you don't, better, but you have an app. All right. The GIF one, I'm gonna show you this one because this is cool. Even like in this day, opening a GIF on a phone is like no big deal. But at that time, like open a GIF on this phone is like, wow. Okay, so if I remember right, I just put it here. So let's see, photo gallery. Let's see if I put it here. GIF only. Let's see, show files. Let me go back. Okay, so photo gallery, yeah. GIF right there. Look at that. My favorite singer, Michael Jackson. Okay, eating popcorn is Thriller, right? So it was a lot of fun, guys, at the time. You know, nowadays we don't appreciate that because you receive messages and pictures so easy, so often. It's like, oh, whatever. At the time, it's like, okay, so I have a GIF file. What is that? Let's open the file in the app. So you go back, I open them with the app. It was kind of like you appreciate at the time. You appreciate more these little things, and these days it's like whatever. Anyway, so that's the app. Thank you, Sammy, again. There is a bunch. I mean, I don't want to go through all of those because it will take a while, but there is a lot of apps, as you see here. So this pic view I never use. I believe it's like when I have internet I can watch pictures. SMS assistant, as I say at the very beginning, so you send back a message to someone a specific time of the day, or if you don't answer your phone after 3 or 4 rings. Converter, you have all the conversion you want, like you have like power, electricity, speed, weights, length, whatever you want, you have a conversion there. This one is to sync with your computer. Bounce is another great game. I'm pretty sure who is a Nokia fan knows. Sunlock is an app developed from my good friend Sammy. Is a great app. I suggest everybody has like a Communicator to install it because it's very cool. It's very well done. It's great. Shopping list, to make a list of your grocery or whatever you need to, to buy. Secure Drive, I never use it. I believe it's something about still modem or connecting the phone. This Seed Play is like all the sound of the old Commodore 64 for all the nostalgic. Expense Report is a great app for all the expense that you have, and I use for work as essential. Is great. I'm gonna show you like a very quick how look like. So this app is amazing. You have like all the function that you want for, see, add expense, view expense, and you can also maintain and modify categories and clients and vendors. It's great, it's good. So at the end of the month I know how much I spend, which is not a good thing, but I need to know, right? So certain companies are like, okay, so this month maybe it was too much, so next time I want to tighten the belt, blah blah blah. Right. What else? EF booster that I use, I think, is about the infrared port. The infrared port, of course, is it's kind of tricky because nowadays devices, they don't have it, but I have all other old Nokia that I can connect and I can have fun with that. The clock is a full screen clock, DD2. Again, my friend Sammy developed like this a shooting game. EXXX is like to discover all the nutrients in food, so it's a very good app. My Style is a cool app, is the app that we talk about this in the very beginning, to create or change the logo operator on your phone. Actually, you know what, I'll show you guys very quick because it's been like 3 weeks that I have that one, so maybe now it's time to change it. So if I open this app right here, I'm gonna change my logo editor, logo picture, logo operator. I wanna change my logo operator. I'm not gonna show you how to create a logo because it takes forever. I don't wanna do that. So once you're here, you send yourself a message. Let's see if I remember this phone number. And then of course I download some of those from a website. It's very hard to find them, but I found something. So it's kind of cool that you can change your logo operator. See, you have like, of course those are like some that I found that I choose them. So you have a Superman right here, a little house for me, like that I do construction. This is a puma, a dragon. This is the one I have right now. See, James Bond, a speed car. So cool little things that make your Nokia different, right? So if I want to choose one of those, let's see that we go this time back to the house, okay? So I click on OK, and I'm gonna send myself this special message. So if I open this in this way, see what it says? It says logo operator receive it. So show the little house. I say okay, I like it, and then save it. And now it's changed it. That's the new one now. See how cool? Of course, people that are like very artistic, they know how to draw. They can create it. I mean, like I'm terrible with that, but the app allows you to create it. So you go like a pixel by pixel, you create a little face or whatever you want, like for like a sick people, they're genius, I'm not. So people like that, they can do that. This app I never use, a Light Plus, I think is like to light your phone and use as a torch. Tetris, classic game. Multiplayer is a cool one. And maybe I'm gonna end almost this review here because we are over 50 minutes. The multiplayer basically is like a player for your music. Now this phone supports different files that are not MP3. Well, correctly, you can play MP3. You can install an app, we have that. And you can have the MP3. The only problem is like the MP3 is a quite a big file for this phone, so you're not gonna have maybe like more than 5 or 10 songs. But when you compress your MP3 in a WAV, I guess is WAV, something like that, you can have like a way more files. So if I want to open my music, I'll show you like this is very cool. And I'm not sure, but I saw some review about this app, and I think it's an Italian developer that created this one. Anyway, so just in case you see, talking about Italy, we have a Super Mario game right now. Okay. So basically, you can play whatever you want here. The file that you put it, and you can have a playlist. See, like you have all the function like with a good player. I think another important thing to say about this phone before we close this video review, how to transfer the files. Okay, I've been struggling, to be honest with you guys, because to install the PC suite for this Nokia, you need to have like a version of your Windows that's gonna be like maybe Windows 8 or less. I mean, I have a Windows 8, but I'm still struggling because it's in conflict. It doesn't support anymore because it's very old, because this phone is 2002, so you should have maybe Windows like 4 or something like that. So what I did, all my files are in the memory card, right? And I bought it online, this little guy right here. So this is a card reader, very simple, with a USB. So what I do, I connect this little thing on my computer, I put the memory card here, I open as a storage, I put everything I want. So all the CIS, it's called a CIS file, CIS, that I need to install on the Communicator, I basically open the back, I put the memory card here, and I put whatever I want, and I put it back in the memory card, and in a second I load everything I want, which is very fast. Of course I have the cable that goes on the port on the side here, but I'm trying still to get the driver and make it work. So overall, this is what about my Communicator. I love this phone, and I have a collection of almost all the Communicator that I think I'm gonna make a video about it. But there is something like that I have an attachment for this phone that I use, and I really love it. It's a lot of fun. I like the screen, the keyboard is very smooth, the shape is amazing. Every time that I pull up this phone and people said, what is that? So you impress nowadays, even after 20 years with this phone. And I really hope that Nokia, in the way we say, it will create a new Communicator, because we need something like this nowadays. Because all the new phones, they're just like a little bigger size, a little better screen resolution, an amazing camera, a little better faster like processor, a new version of this, but outside they look like the same. They're just a piece of glass, a piece of slab that you type in, they're hybrid, and that's it. But something like this, to me, as like a history, as a substance, is a phone that when you use it, it's like I got something done. With the other one, it's kind of like a typing on a dead surface. That's my feeling. That's why I got this one as a second phone. I have a BlackBerry that, of course, I'm not talking about the BlackBerry on this review, but I just want to say like I love it, and I'm mad at myself that I waste the last 10 years spending money on other phones when I could have like a better phone. And my BlackBerry is 2015. It was great on these days. I have all my apps. I have a Facebook, a WhatsApp, Instagram. I don't miss a thing. Anyway, okay guys, so this is the amazing Nokia 9210. It is the king of the smartphone. Because of this phone, we have what we have today: iPhones, Samsung, Galaxy, all the Android system. Everything is because of this little guy. And I'm very happy that I was born in Europe, also because the school technology was like a available for us. Besides this phone, it was crazy expensive, but I'm happy now that I can have it, and it still works just fine, and see the battery is still like great, so I don't have any problems. So if you have any question or comments, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer you as my little knowledge. And we have the website, as I say, I'm gonna put the website there so you guys can get help for this phone even nowadays 100%, because I think we are the only one, Sammy actually, my friend Sammy is the only one who has a website that carry such a great and huge collection of application and program for PC for this great device. With this, as I say again, I hope Nokia it will listen like the voice of all the fans like me, and show who really is the best mobile designer and creator ever, which to me is Nokia, and create a new communicator. And nowadays, even 1,000, I'm gonna spend the money, because I spend way more on phones. They're pretty much the same that I've been doing for 10 years. So that's my review. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.